Greetings, hoes, and welcome to the 12 Days of SLASHMAS 3. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by the festive producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste, bah humbug.
And Santa's Slay 2-star Mike Kruger.
I'd watch that shit.
I take it.
Needs to happen.
There you go. Spawn of Goldberg. You could get that'd be awesome.
Don't compare me to him.
I was going to say, Kruger could start off the segment throwing him in the oven, then we'll just move on and he'll keep going.
Bake you like a Christmas cookie.
There you go. So and then he becomes Ginger Dead Man and Kruger can hate him more.
Ginger Dead Man.
I'm more interested in just fighting Ginger Dead Man in a movie. That sounds better. Like I wanted to fight him in our first year's tournament.
Bret Hart for sure is on your side.
Goldberg is used to that Saudi monies now, so we could only afford him for a day. So yeah,
you're dangling a carrot in front of me, dude. Tell me do it.
Mike Kruger, why don't you tell us about our tournament?
Yes.
What we do for our 12 Days of SLASHMAS special is we rate and review a Christmas-themed horror film, but since we are starting off our season tonight, we will be reviewing 4 films, and then towards the end of the show, we will take those 4 films and vote and eliminate one of them, leaving us with our top 3 Christmas horror films, aka our 3 final girls. And once we get to the 12th day of SLASHMAS, we will pick one of those final girls as our tournament champion. So with that being said, Todd, why don't you tell us our past few winners and our what's on the menu tonight?
Thanks, Kruger. On our first tournament, our top 3 were Christmas Evil, Christmas Cruelty, and Don't Open Till Christmas. And you can go check out and see who won the tournament if you go check out our first years. And last year, our final 3, our top 3, were P2, Saint Nick, 2010, and Black Christmas, 2009?
2006.
2006. Okay, I flipped it.
Also known as Black Xmas.
Yes, that's what I have it down as, but I probably should have just said the year. And so up for tonight's discussion, we have ATM, Elves, Puka, and Red Christmas. Dan, what are we going to start off with?
All right, guys, we'll kick it off with ATM. Not ass to mouth, just not to confuse it with that other film. This one is from director David Brooks, and this is a 2012 film. On a late-night visit to an ATM, 3 co-workers end up in a desperate fight for their lives when they become trapped by an unknown man. All right, so I didn't remember a whole lot about this one. I haven't watched it probably since it came out, roughly. And I didn't love it then, and I don't love it now. This one's just very dumb. Very, very dumb. Even in 2012, 3 people, everybody conveniently doesn't have a cell phone. There's so many chances to run away in this case that they don't take advantage of. They're adults. They're just so fucking stupid. And when you're dealing with something, kind of in the thriller vein like this, I need to feel like it's really happening, and I just didn't. They're just too dumb. The actors aren't bad. It's not on them. It's well shot. This one is just too stupid for me to feel any real suspense. It's pretty much exactly what I remember in terms of my enjoyment level, which is not very high, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. With this one, there's no gore or anything that really saves it. There's no.
I honestly thought you were going to get on my naughty list way down the line, but you're already there, Dan.
I think this one's. I'm
not even shocked. You don't like the rental either, and that there's like a lot of similarities here. Yeah. You go ahead and finish.
Yeah, this one's a piece of shit for me. And I don't know. Christ. It really is. There's so many single it makes me wish I was watching Devil. It makes me wish I was watching
Stupid.
Devil.
Elevator. If you
Lift.
want a more of an indie example, The Lift. Just anything. This movie is garbage,
Well,
man.
I disagree with Dan. I love this movie when it came out, and I still love it to this day. And the fact that Dan doesn't like it makes me like it even more now. The characters I thought were all cool. I will say that there are some stupid decisions made and some stupid situations, but then it equaled a fucking entertaining movie for me because honestly, it's ludicrous, but who fucking cares? It's fucking fun.
Well, one thing I'll say too is with some of the dumbass decisions, you have to take into the fact that they're getting hypothermia, they're fucking drunk, they're just coming from a Christmas party. I mean, and plus, like I know a big complaint is like, why don't these three people gang up on this person and just beat the shit out of them? They're all fucking pencil pushers. Like, you really think that's the mentality of those type of people? Come on.
But running is always an option, and there were plenty of chances to just like let's all.
Yeah, it's a big open parking lot.
But one character does try to run, and guess what? He slips in shit and fucking hits the back of his head on concrete. So
there were.
Did he slip? I thought there was a thing that like
no,
made him
he
fall
slipped
over.
on the ice because the killer slipped on the ice after chasing after him later on.
Okay, I don't know. No, I completely disagree with Dan. I think this movie's fucking wonderful.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate for this one too. I remember looking fondly back on this, but not remembering it being a Christmas movie. But on this rewatch, definitely got a little bit of that Christmas atmosphere there. And I was super eager to rewatch this because I always doubled it up with P2 after I first saw it, which again, one of our past winners. So very eager to check this out this time around. And yeah, it still holds up. The characters are fun. I mean, the main character, David, has this awkward but charming personality, and the little romance he has going on with his coworker, Alan. If you've ever been in a situation like that, it felt relatable. And it was nice seeing Josh Peck in a horror movie. I mean, growing up, watching him and Drake and Josh on Nickelodeon, I just it's kind of cool to see somebody you grew up with being thrown into one of your favorite genres.
He did break bro code though, buddy.
Dude, he's a total. He is one of the biggest cock blocking douchebags I've ever seen in a fucking horror movie. But
he ended up
at the same time, I liked the way that contrasted with the situation that was going on, and that everybody has their one little piece of shit friend that just pushes themselves, like will push their, what they want done. What the fuck are you pointing at pugs for?
You would be comfortable with me in that ATM machine because we would not wait. I am too fat for this.
I'm just saying, Dan, if I was driving you home, I think you would ask me to stop and get pizza too. Like, granted, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but
with a fork and knife.
You didn't think, like, I almost thought, I mean, I will say the one scene I laughed at is when he drops the girl, but that's about it. I can't come up with anything.
Of course, your misogyny.
Anyways,
not according to the Christmas cruelty documentary.
It's no bikini bloodbath, Chris.
Shut the fuck up. Anyways, the opening scene, like, I love it, where we're just watching this killer plan his night out, and the various shots around the room pointing to his little keepsakes he takes from each one of his victims, including a fucking baby's shoe, which shows this guy has no remorse. I thought that was really fucking well done. And we got thrown into the action pretty quickly too. And once we get these three coworkers being stuck in this ATM, I just liked all the paranoia that ensued. Everything that happened with them, I thought felt authentic, because I've seen people freak out in dangerous situations before, and it seemed like that would be a normal way to react. And like I already said, they were drunk. It's fucking 3 in the goddamn morning. They're getting hypothermia because it's freezing cold. Some of their decision making isn't going to be clear, and I thought that was realistic. I already brought up that this was way more Christmassy than I thought it was when I first saw it in my first couple of rewatches. The soundtrack definitely in the beginning, and just the whole company party thing, very similar to what we got in like P2, because it's a similar situation playing out with the company party gimmick. As far as the kills, yeah, there could have maybe been a little bit more gore, but the brutal face bashings we got and the amount of blood,
and the killer left the dog alone.
Yeah, I mean, props for that as well. But I mean, even though if he would have chopped that fucker's head off, I wouldn't have really given a shit. But yeah, even with the like it not having a lot of gore or anything, it didn't hinder my enjoyment. My only complaint, honestly, about this movie is the ending could have been a little bit stronger. But even with that detractor, and you take in consideration there may be a conspiracy thing going on, which I didn't even think about until Ben Grimm brought it up to me the other day, and I was looking online. Yeah, that is a theory going on. And now looking at that, it makes me a little bit more okay with the ending. But overall, I have a fucking great time with this thing. It's not one that I usually watched around Christmas time, but now that I see the little bit of Christmas atmosphere in there, I'm going to definitely rewatch this and put this in my yearly rotation.
Todd?
I'm closer to Dan than you guys. When it first came out, I really liked it. It doesn't have a rewatchability to me at all. It's like, if you know where it's going, it's kind of pointless because there's not a lot. Like, I'm surprised you like it as much as you do, Kruger, because the lack of gore.
But there's a lot of fucking, like, dude, he hammer smash face some motherfuckers in this movie, and there's a ton of blood and everything. Like, it's not like I'm seeing somebody get their whole face hollowed out, but at the same time, I mean, I can think of back at movies that we recently watched, like Watcher, and I think this gives me more gore than Watcher did.
Well, yeah, Watcher is more
suspense.
But,
yeah,
but it's a similar style thing, I think.
If I were the dog, I would have old yellered myself for being in this movie.
You still can, Dan. Don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
There's numbers for that. Don't
call it.
But yeah, no, it's all right. My feelings for it, like, I was excited to revisit it, and I ended up closer to Dan than you guys. And a lot of it comes back on that rewatchability. And these are cool characters, Pugs. That's shocking coming from you. All right.
How? I like these guys.
I was like, I would
even the Dan character, he was annoying as fuck, but he had like a couple of cool jokes. He broke bro code, which, dude, you gotta walk or get one of these other fucking assholes and drive you. I'm about to fucking get some.
The thing that pissed me off about Josh Peck especially is he's hyping Homeboy up at the beginning of the movie, like, you need to go talk to her, bro, she's gonna leave and whatever. And then fucking once he realizes he's not getting a ride home, this motherfucker goes in there and fucking tries to cock block him. Like,
that's when you get your ass left.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. This guy, he's a way better friend. He's a way better friend than I would have been, because I would have been like, no, you can go fuck yourself, and left.
There is a bro code, and it should be followed.
And when you break it, your ass gets left.
It's your fault. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's right. I not a favorite.
All right, fuck both of you.
It is not a P2. It is a number 2.
Yeah, the shit.
It's all right. Dan, he's already talking about his BBC earlier on here. He loves so much.
What?
So.
Oh,
Bikini Blood Christmas.
No.
BBC, it's new acronym.
I don't know what you were watching earlier, Todd. Yeah,
you were watching the BBC and talking about it.
I just want to know why it's so dark.
Every Christmas Eve, it's Bikini Bloodbath Christmas with the Grinch, and It's a Wonderful Life. That's how I bring it.
Makes sense. Makes sense for you.
Kruger, do you think I do in my own mind, I like to think of The Rental now as a sequel to this. I wasn't thinking about that before, but now that I see it,
shit. I mean, yeah, that's definitely something that you could connect. And honestly, when you get the ending that we do in this movie, I was sad that we never got any other sequels, because he wasn't just targeting ATMs. He was targeting secluded areas that he could get away with this shit with. So, yeah, I'm kind of sad we never got any more. But yeah, I mean, this and The Rental too. The Rental P2, that's a fucking great night.
I love The Rental though. So,
yeah.
But Dan hated it, so that's pretty on brand.
I think the other thing about like me liking this though is just because it's, I wouldn't call it like a true slasher or anything, but it's like a slasher scenario being played out in this one location setting where there's no escape. That you don't get that as often as you just don't get that as often in that genre.
We actually had a pretty big run, like in this era. It seemed like all of a sudden everyone was doing that phone booth.
Yeah, but not
overall, no. But I'm just.
But with a slasher,
just this era,
killer.
There was quite a few like small. I don't know. It was a thing for a minute, but
it's cheap. One location.
Yeah, I mean, I just like that concept in general. Frozen, legit, one of my favorites.
was fantastic.
Awesome survival horror and that thing.
This
so.
is
You know what's really
nowhere
good?
near Frozen.
I'm not fucking comparing it to Frozen, you motherfucker. Shut up
It's
for
in
a
good
second.
company.
God damn it, Dan. Can't get a compliment in without your fucking back talk.
All right, let's rate this some bitch.
Go ahead, Dan.
Dan, you can go.
As a Chicago native once said, everybody in this movie is dumb as fuck, and it's not suspenseful. It's not fun. I don't know. I don't get it with this movie. I give it a half star. I hated it.
All right. Pugs.
I am a 4.5 out of 5. I fucking love this movie, and now I kind of hate Dan.
A 3.5 out of 5.
Ryback fan.
Well, I'm not quite Dan. I'm not quite Kruger. I'm 2.5. I'm right in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not that far off base.
No, they're still both wrong.
That ATM wasn't even decorated. God damn it.
Honestly,
Here we
I'll
go
tell you
with
this,
bullshit.
I was watching this and I was like, I almost asked everyone if they watched it because I didn't think it qualified for Christmas. I mean, they go to the
You
party.
have a Christmas. Hold on.
We've already rated it.
Let me say my argument. You have a Christmas party, you have an icy setting, and you have that fucking goddamn Christmas tree gimmick that's right next to the ATM.
It's winter horror to me, but like, there's not enough Christmas for me.
It's a Christmas horror movie. It's just more the Gooch over the Grinch is all I'm saying. I got good one-liners tonight. I'm proud of that.
That's
I know,
terrible.
he just made that one to undercut my fucking.
What's the next movie?
What do we have next?
Next movie. That was a good one-liner.
No,
it wasn't.
Deserved props. That was awesome.
Maybe
That was
the
props.
You know what?
community would've
All your
laughed.
fuckers in the fucking thing, let him know
Wait.
he did a good job. Pat him on the head.
Weigh in the chat. I was happy with the Gooch one.
That's good.
But anyways, all right. Speaking of the Gooch, let's move on to our next film from 1989, director Jeffrey Mandel, and it is Elves. So in this one, a young woman discovers that she's the focus of an evil Nazi experiment involving selective breeding and summoned elves.
Damn, they just give all that away.
That's the synopsis. An attempt to create a race of supermen. She and two of her friends are trapped in a department store with an elf, and only Dan Haggerty, as the renegade loose cannon Santa Claus, can save them. All right, so this is a pretty wild movie if you've never seen it. And Kruger, I think it was a first-time watch for you, so I believe I will tag you in first.
Yeah, first time watch. I'll start with the things that I thought were funny. Not necessarily that I liked, but it made me laugh. The grandfather smacking the shit out of his granddaughter. It shocked the fuck out of me. But like, it was the way he did it was just so comical. I couldn't help but laugh. And then the little brother peeking in on his sister. It's like, well, I like big tits, and I'm gonna tell everybody you have them. So fuck you. Pretty fucking funny. And there's
in a Ninja Turtle pajamas.
There's little bits of sleaziness throughout this thing that, again, I'll say made me laugh. But the acting is fucking terrible, and the story is goddamn so stupid. And it's not stupid in a fun way. It's just stupid in a way that really, it was very hard to keep my attention because of just how ridiculous and poorly told everything was. Bad creature effects, bad kills, random shootouts that just made no fucking sense, and just an all-around mess of a fucking movie. And it felt like it went on forever, and it's barely even 90 minutes. So, yeah, it dragged a shit ton. Just overall, not a good watch for me. This made me want to watch that Unearthed Christmas movie, though. What was it? Bad Teeth or some shit like that?
Two Front Teeth.
Two Front Teeth, yeah. That's much more entertaining, and it has killer elves in it with a lot better gore. And you have Santa versus like a fucking killer elf at the end of the movie, which this didn't give me. Kind of get it, but not as badass. You can get like a cool kung fu fight. So yeah, overall, not a fan. I'm never gonna watch this fucking thing again. But that little pervert kid was pretty goddamn funny. And my rating is purely off of that.
Pugs?
Well, I can't disagree with all of what Kruger said, but that factored in, I absolutely adore this fucking movie. I thought I had seen this before. I do not. This movie is dumb as fuck. But if I'd be lying if I didn't say I had a smile almost the entire fucking time. This is just a short bus version of End of Days at Christmas. So, and we all know how I feel about End of Days. I think it's one of the fucking greatest movies of all time. It's just super fun. This not up to that level, but on a micro scale, count me in. I love the fact that these fucking melted army men looking elves are there looking terrible. The acting is atrocious, but I'm still having a fucking blast. The grandpa rules, the little kid and the Ninja Turtles. I was disappointed he was absent from a lot of the movie, but when he came back in, I was like, cool. And that ending, what the fuck? Is it just there, or did it happen to the entire world? What is going on here? Yeah, this movie asks a lot and under-delivers, but somehow I enjoyed myself. I would say give it a try. Maybe get an edible or two, get really fucking high or drunk with some friends.
It's on YouTube for now. So.
I fucking love this. This is fun. So dumb. What about
Dan?
You? Whoever.
There is no doubt that this is a bad movie, but this is a fun bad movie. I mean, Elves, this whack Nazi subplot.
That's how you like it.
It's a very perverted film in a very funny way.
I'm not a pervert. I love looking at naked girls.
Yes, I'm not a pervert. I like seeing naked girls. That kid is awesome.
Dan's like, I like his argument.
Yeah, everything. I hear this compared to
new shirt coming.
I hear this compared to Hobgoblins a lot, and I don't know why, because I think this is way more entertaining than Hobgoblins. Yes,
I'm going to argue with that.
Yes,
maybe Hobgoblins too.
This is way more entertaining than those movies, but this one, it look,
Incest.
the elf looks like shit. Yeah, I get all that. It doesn't matter. Dan Haggerty, Grizzly Adams looks like he was dying on the inside, and he had to almost explain this plot.
You saw yourself in him. That's why.
That's who Dan's role model.
Honestly, if we could just get a green screen and have him do his Mitch Bauer as Dan Haggerty, I'm fucking in.
It's like a fucking at times almost like a Hallmark movie, written by a serial killer. I mean, it's
style,
very it's like we get this weird incestuous stuff. It is all over the goddamn place. That crack cocaine had to be passed around on set.
It was just snow, Dan.
Oh my god, I love it though.
How's it crack cocaine?
It has the
nerve.
Nerd. When there's no more room in hell, the elves will walk the earth. That is so fucking ballsy and look. This movie is many things. It's not boring. It's stupid. It is one of a kind. There is no other elves out there. You tell me anything that's anything like.
I was going to say
this. Unique.
End of Days.
If I was going to describe this movie, and this is more quality wise than anything else, to Kruger, I'd say it's Christmas Jacko. That's what you should expect.
Better than Jacko.
Well, I'm not arguing that part, but I'm saying level of quality you expect.
Without the little pervert kid. Probably.
That, though.
No, it isn't for you, motherfucker. You were just talking shit about me liking fucking ATM on the last fucking review.
Better than ATM.
No, Dan, don't do that.
But Dan, is it better than
mouth.
Dan, is it better than BBC?
It is almost on par with Bikini Bloodbath. Not quite, but I mean, when the mom drowns,
treat yourself like a decoration, Dan.
When the mom drowns the cat in the toilet, I mean, come on,
get a bag.
This movie is so fucking insane. I love this movie. Bad movie. I'm not. Look, don't pick this up and think that you're getting anything of quality, but it is entertaining as fuck. It feels like Christmas, and I hope somehow, some way, we'll get a Blu-ray.
When one of the Vinegar Syndrome
are gone, but
when one of the Vinegar Syndrome partner labels, it'll come out, and then everyone will love it. So.
Oh fuck yeah! The elf will walk the earth. Todd, how about you? No, I don't think I've ever talked to you much about this.
You actually have, but it's all right. Your brain's going. Yeah, I'm a fan of this one. You can't argue with anyone about how shitty it is, because it is. I love shitty movies. So I've been in a shitty movie mood, and this like hit the right buttons. Although I had to rewind the end a few times. I was like, am I missing something?
No, you're not.
But no, yeah, it's still a good time. It's just shitty. I mean, but you have to, if you're in the mood for a good movie, do not throw on Elves. If you want a shitty movie to watch with your friends, have some beers, smoke some blunts, do whatever, it might be a contender.
You want in the background while you're hanging decorations or yourself, just throw it up there.
May need some crack cocaine first.
It says dare to say no.
I just loved watching like Dan Haggerty. I'm just picturing him like calling his wife, was like, I have no idea what the hell I signed up for. I have no, but
I'm interrupting the Christmas dinner upstairs for some reason.
The creature looks like Rumpelstiltskin got frozen in carbonite. It doesn't even fucking move. Blu-ray will
Rawhead Rex style, but you can see everything. It's terrible.
Rawhead
No. Without all the hair and stuff, dude, it's the same fucking thing.
The shootouts with the elf in the mix, like they had no idea what they were doing. No idea.
This is when all you needed was a video camera to make a movie. The good old days. Now everyone could do it. At least they could drop $1,000 to buy it.
Yeah. Good shit. So we rate it?
Yeah, let's rate it. Kruger, you can definitely go first.
I'm not even going to be a douchebag like Dan and give it a half a star. 1 out of 5.
Right on. I am a 3.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this piece of shit.
Dan?
I award this one 4 turds. It's just fun.
I'm a 3.
Yeah.
I'm a 3.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I said, it's on YouTube. You hate it, stop watching it.
Dan's a sympathizer, so we know why he went that high.
Drinking game for every time we remind you it's
every time your dog barks. That's the new drinking game.
Jesus Christ,
that could be. He wants to kill something outside right now.
Well, we were talking about your heritage, so I get it.
Yeah, fucked up. But anyways, long live Elves. Moving on.
I thought you were about to say something.
No. Moving along, Dan.
Moving on to our next film, which is a 2016 Australian horror film from writer-director Craig Anderson, and that is Red Christmas. Pardon me there. All right, so it's Christmas in Australia as Diane brings together her estranged family for a chaotic holiday gathering. A 20-year-old decision literally comes back to haunt her when the ghost of Christmas past comes knocking at the door and is invited inside the family home. Festivities quickly turn blood red when the stranger is revealed. All right, so Red Christmas. Very more meaty role than normal for Dee Wallace. She's one of those actresses, sometimes we just don't get to see her very often. Like her screen time is low for a lot of the stuff she's in. Gets to do a lot of physical shit in this movie, which kind of caught my eyes when I first saw it. So yeah, very. She has her son Jerry, who has Down syndrome, and a wide assortment of characters. We have the one husband, I believe he is, that's a priest. We have all of these. The uncle who's kind of a drunk, kind of a
Brutus,
dysfunctional family.
Something like that.
Dysfunctional Cletus is the one that the stranger name. So there are some moments where this movie's a little bit silly, and others where I'm actually really into it because of Dee Wallace. Pretty brutal movie. There's a scene where somebody gets taken out by mistake that I pop for, and I know you pop for, Bugs.
You say mistake. I'm like, well, this is a little late, but better late than never.
I think it peaked when Cletus first arrived at the house, and there's that uncomfortable interaction.
This
with
is the
him.
most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this movie, to be honest. Like, I don't know how to even classify it. It's not just a gore film. It's going for something a little more serious. I don't think it's entirely successful with its message, but it's entertaining and it's fun.
I
What did
think
you guys think?
whatever side of the choice you land on, I think you can pick from this movie. I think it calls it down the middle, but
Yeah,
what?
there is a great bear trap kill that I forgot about.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Thanks
that
for
was-
stealing it from me, Dan.
I first saw this movie last year. For some reason, this got by me, and as soon as I was in, I was like, "This is fucking nuts! How haven't watched this in over 6 years, or 5 at the time?" D. Wallace kills it. I love Cletus. I love everybody here. Like the preacher, all the family, the girls who's allergic to fucking peanuts. She didn't even get on my nerves, even though those people are fucking whack. Anyway, I think it's great. I think you can find whatever you're looking for in this fucking movie. There are some really cheap looking scenes. Like there's a body double that's like that's just a sack of fucking things to look like it's hanging. But I forgive it because at that point it was playing with house money for me. I liked every moment of it, and the fact that our killer has Down syndrome and amongst other things, that's cool. More Downy killers.
Well, for me, honestly, I didn't really like any of the characters. Dee Wallace, I like her, but she didn't do much for me. And the family's constant fucking bickering back and forth was giving me a goddamn headache. It was so goddamn annoying. I did want to see them get brutally murdered, though, and we did get that, so that was okay. But the killer, I didn't think he was great. Just his dialogue and voice kind of just annoyed me because it just seemed like he was trying maybe a little too hard, especially when we had another character that had the same disability as him, that just felt way more authentic. And the costume they gave him, I mean, for fuck's sake, guys, you couldn't have thought something a little bit better than that.
The Ghost of Christmas Death.
Who lets that guy in their home on the Christmas?
White people.
Nice people.
But you have a problem with ATM. I will give them props. So he did only talk through like a little portion of the movie. And when he did start killing, I did start to have a good time. One good thing was the gore and the kills. I mean, there's a really nice bisection with an axe that splits this chick down the middle like a log being chopped in half. And that shit was just bad. Well, and the way it split down her head like a log, like if you ever seen somebody split a log in half, it's the same exact way. That was cool. And I got to give credit where credit's due with the bear trap kill that Dan already brought up earlier. That shit had a sprinkler of blood coming out after it, which looked really fucking badass. Another positive, lots of Christmas atmosphere, especially with the setting and the soundtrack and stuff. But as a whole, the story had a few things going on that I liked, but I just thought it was executed poorly. And outside of the kills and the Christmas atmosphere, this was kind of a dud for me and not anything I would personally recommend to anybody just because I know of so many other Christmas slashers that are so much better. But at the same time, I may revisit this one down the line for the kills alone and the Christmas atmosphere. So there's something there. I can't give it my full recommendation. I can't say it's an average slasher either because there's things that I really did have a big issue with.
I'm closer to you on this one, Kruger. I liked it more the first time. I guess this is a theme tonight. It's another one I liked a lot the first time. This time it didn't work as well for me. I mean, Dee Wallace is great in it, but I'm kind of with you. I just wanted to watch him die, and I didn't get enough of what I wanted.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just kind of in the middle. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's another one I'm kind of in the middle on.
Yeah,
it's just even. The tones are off. It's
one. It reminded me just of other Christmas slashers I could have been watching that are just way more entertaining. Even like when you get to the bottom of the barrel stuff, like the dorm that dripped blood. Like I was just like, oh, I'd rather watch that than this right now.
At the core, though, this is a special needs child just wanting to be loved. You guys are fucked up.
No, I get that. I think you're blinded by that part.
So is Jason. God damn it!
Yeah, I
This is
know.
true.
He's justified.
And then there's
That's
Fred.
funny.
No, never mind.
It's weird. It's weird with this movie because there's moments where it's really, really well made, and then other moments where I feel like I'm just watching a
Probably
B
ran out
movie.
of time and money, dude.
Well, where I feel like I'm watching a B movie, like it's like, oh, we're striving to be Black Christmas, but we're really kind of more like a Silent Night, Deadly Night sequel. It's bizarre.
Hey,
It
there
is
you
sounds
go.
awesome. What
You're
the
not.
fuck?
You're not hurting.
It is entertaining, though. It is entertaining,
I
and
love
it's not like a yearly watch because
No.
I probably won't watch.
Well,
it
this
again
is only my
next
second year with it, and then so far, 2 for 2.
week. Yeah, there's definitely some moments where I was just like, oh fuck yeah. So yeah, I gotta.
It
Average
opens up
that
with a
out,
fucking explosion.
I will say,
Weirdo
like,
pro-lifers.
like as far as like just being included in like a gore compilation on YouTube, I mean, it would make me want to watch this movie. So if you're a gore hound, there may be something here for you.
Those blood eyes.
And if you want to check it out, as of this recording, it's streaming on Peacock, Roku, Vudu, even Peacock for the free ones. It's basically it's playing on everything.
It was on
Freevee,
Amazon last time. I don't know if it's still
Freevee.
Oh,
It's
Freevee,
on
there we go.
Amazon through Freevee. Yeah, it's basically on everything. So Screenbox, there you go.
There you go. Well, let's go ahead and rate it.
Dan,
I'm a 3. I still have a good time with it. Could have been more.
Bugs?
Good.
Oh, I am a 4.5 out of 5. I love it.
Damn.
Mhm.
I am a 2 out of 5.
I am a 2.5 out of 5.
There we go. All right. So moving on to our last film of the evening.
Boo!
I was gonna say there might be strong feelings on this one.
This is this is an Into the Dark entry, which you can check out on Hulu. They're not making new ones anymore, but they did. Was it 2 seasons or 3 seasons?
Two.
Not
2 seasons.
2.
One was
Okay.
cut short because of the Rona.
Okay. All right. So this is from.
And when I say one, I mean one season, season 2, not season 1. If I threw it
Okay.
off there.
Yeah, all separate stories. So this is from director Nacho Villolando, who is the director of Time Crimes, a really great movie if you haven't seen that. And it is Pooka. So in this one, a struggling actor takes a seasonal holiday job as the mascot for the year's hottest new toy, Pooka. However, after putting the costume on, he develops 2 personalities, one for himself and one for Pooka. All right. So just first off, I just want to say Nyasha Hatendi, who plays Wilson, the lead in this, great actor. Really just a fantastic actor, very sympathetic, and I really enjoyed him quite a bit. This might be the best thing that ever came out of Bloom. I mean, not his body, but probably that too. But
Over Invisible Man, Dan.
Over the Hunt.
He hates women.
maybe not quite, but close. You don't really get this quality very often with Mr. Bloom.
I can make
And,
this be a Patreon exclusive saying one thing.
but
So can I.
I like
That
this.
makes
I
sense.
think it's very tragic, not to reveal the story, but look at the pretty lights. Yeah, watching it again, I think it's a very solid entry. Not the best of Into the Dark, but I think it's damn good. I think Nacho did a really good job on this one. It's a pretty simple sort of ghost story of sorts, I'll put it that way. And yeah, it's all about, repression, and I really like this one. It's weird what Pooka kind of became, because everybody just thinks of it as the jingle and the goofy character, but the original one's actually quite sad and serious. So I still like it. I'm still all in on Pooka. I think Pooka is awesome.
So all I heard was Dan say I love Blumhouse. So
Mhm.
on that note, Pugs,
I give credit where credit's due.
you know you're gonna get kicked out of your community for putting over Bloom, right?
I will when he does something good. It's rare, but
I hated this movie when I first saw it. My feelings have not changed. I think it sucks. And Dan, you suck for liking it. It's a stupid fucking story. It's terrible. Well, no, the acting's not terrible, but just I can't get into it. I fucking hate it. Pooka sucks. Fuck this. Kruger?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
I don't know how to follow that up. When I first saw this, this was a while ago when it originally came out, because I was super into the Dark stuff when they were releasing stuff monthly.
Before he made that one comment.
Yeah. I like the main character, Wilson, and the idea of this struggling actor having to resort to being a mascot for this fucking stupid Furby ripoff. I think there's something good there, but the story takes a while to really get going. And yeah, we got a few scenes of this Pooka costume fucking this dude's apartment up or just looking creepy, but I got really bored on this rewatch, and I remember actually thinking back fondly on this thing, but yeah, just outside of a couple okay nightmare sequences, I was really, really bored. And the ending, I mean, I had remembered it already, so rewatch value, really, it didn't do anything for me. And as far as like a Christmas atmosphere, because if you do remember Into the Dark, their gimmick was to make like a fucking little thing for every holiday. And I don't feel like we got a ton of Christmas atmosphere. Yeah, we get some scenes with some trees and some lights, but I don't know. I thought it should have been way more Christmassy, especially for the concept. Props to the final act, though. I mean, that's probably where the Christmas stuff is most prevalent, when they're like in this setting with all the Christmas trees and he's fighting the Pooka at the end. But overall, it's a dud for me, and not anything that I'm going to be willing to rewatch anytime soon.
Well, we all know my feelings the first time I watched it. I was exactly the same as Pugs. I do enjoy Pooka Lives, so maybe that softened me up on this one. I don't hate it anymore. It's not great, but it entertained me a lot more this time. So
maybe the fact that it entertained you is because it's from Bloom, however this fucking idiot likes to say it, and the fact that he has to say "suck its dick" now. You're happy.
That could be part of it.
You guys,
that could be. You're not wrong.
It doesn't make you feel Christmassy, like as far as
Not
do
at
you
all.
guys remember the Tickle Me Elmo where everybody was trampling each
It
other
plays
to
in a
get
lot
that
on the
bit?
Black Friday, that friend.
I mean, the whole thing is Christmas. It's not like
and I agree with Dan on this. It's just a different time.
But
If
just
we're
kind of a
doing the
child's
visual-
play thing too, though.
It is.
It's a very different story. I don't want to reveal what happens, but
No, but I'm
it's
saying
not
like,
about a killer.
no,
mascot.
but what you're saying, like the whole thing where the
Toy
craze
craze?
to get a new toy. I don't see that.
And
as
you don't
just
know who's
Christmas.
really killing it. You don't know who's really doing the killing, just like the original Child's Play. You don't know if it's who
Yeah.
it is, and
I'd
I
rather
know
watch
it's hard to
Child's
think
Play.
about. It's hard to think about that now that Child's Play people didn't, know, but
Understand, yeah.
Yeah, it was either the kid or when it was
I
different.
still think fucking Candyman was like 3 blocks away from where that voodoo dude was.
You're probably not wrong. But all right, so this is one I went up on tonight. I didn't go.
You on the DL?
It's really kind of a simple story when
It
you
is.
and it works. I think,
And I do think Dan having to suck off Blum, and I like the second one, did help it. So Dan,
he does like 3 good things out of 1,000. So
well, again,
pat
how to
on
do
the
it.
head, Bloom. All right.
I'm sure he's going to feel much better now that he's got your approval for tonight.
Yes, he jumps on.
He's not going to wipe his tears with money
He
tonight.
stepped off the ledge. He stepped off the ledge.
Well, him and James Wan you're gonna get Insidious Death Day next. I don't know, some
There
bullshit.
you go. All right, let's go ahead and rate this
Dan,
one.
rate it.
I am a 4. I think it's a good, really. I love it.
Good for you.
Dan.
I'm happy you enjoyed yourself. I'm gonna be I'm giving it a generous half star out of 5.
Ooh, okay.
2 out of 5 for me.
I am a 3. I enjoyed it this time.
There we go.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Blame the edibles too, maybe.
So,
Song's catchy. Ooh. So now the dangerous
first
part.
casualty.
All right, here's who we
Here
have
we go.
up for elimination. I feel our first fight already. It's
Uh-huh.
It's already coming. You fucking
Well,
Elves.
read 'em down.
Pooka, ATM, Red Christmas. Kruger, who do you get rid of?
Elves.
All right. I'm ATM.
I'm
Bugs?
Puka. Fuck that piece of shit.
Dan.
And now we're fucked.
I am easily ATM. That movie, other than the opening in the office, is not it. Very little Christmas.
That's my reason for getting it out.
If you look at the Christmas factor, I don't know how you argue that one. You're in a
because I don't like the fucking movie. That's the same thing with the stupid. Ooh, I was gonna use a different F. Hazing.
And we hate ATM. So
that's fine.
That was easier than I thought. Wow. Okay.
I mean, Todd didn't hate it. He gave it a fucking average rating.
Yeah. But I do think it has the least Christmas out of them.
I love how you just speak for everybody, Dan.
Well, you didn't give it as high rated. My bad. I thought you were a little lower. I thought you said 1.5. But
who, me or him?
You.
Oh no, I was right in the middle.
ATM is the first fucking casualty.
Well, maybe if they delivered on the title, I would have enjoyed it.
Wait a minute, were we tied, or did I mishear you?
Yeah, I voted Puka, Kruger voted Elves, and you two idiots voted ATM.
Yeah, so we're fucked.
No, so we're done.
Yeah, there we go.
Fucked.
There's not really
ATM,
any fighting, then. I don't know why I'm fighting. Bye.
I'm still upset.
I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
He doesn't need to.
Fucking
You know what?
He always got
flashbacks
his
to
guards
fucking
at guard.
Slashtober.
We're all gonna get but at least we're getting band-aids off. We're done.
Puka's
We'll see. I don't remember what else is down the line.
No, I'm just saying for now. This could have been a whole guest situation.
This is horse shit, dude. I really thought it was gonna cruise by.
every time Puka survives, we got to play the jingle every time. But
no,
this will be my last SLASHMAS here.
But on that note, guys, be sure to tune in to every episode of the tournament. If you watch Slashtober, you know things are going to probably get heated. And yeah, patreon.com/fleshwound features. It all starts at just $1, and you help us out. There's a lot of cool, uncensored, original, exclusive content on there. And yeah. Be sure to catch all of our Christmas content. There's a lot of Christmas movies, Christmas horror movies coming out that we're going to cover, some commentaries. Grab yourself your Christmas Cruelty Blu-ray.
If you don't have one already,
now.
You should.
Yes, yes. Can relive the
first year.
Tournament, the first year that was in it, and that kind of factors into the story in the documentary.
So, yeah, they literally feature us for 38 minutes in the documentary, basically just on our fucking thoughts of their movie from our slash.
Even if they haven't, I would still be chucking this.
For sure.
Yeah, this movie. Yeah, by all means, check it out, and then check us out.
There you go.
I have a buddy coming to visit for the holidays. I think he's going to have to watch that.
So, guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we will see you here for the next SLASHMAS.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Bah humbug. I'll see you in Disneyland.
Puka dance.